Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM. Welcome back to Court Farms Country Park. This is episode 62 of the Let's Play series. I hope you're all doing really well and having a lovely day. So, what's going down today? Well, we have got a huge amount of work to do. This one might be a little bit of a longer episode than usual. Yeah, so much to get done. So, what have we got to do? Well, popping into the map PDA first of all, as you will see, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fields, empty fields. 7 of them need mulching. We have a field of soybeans here to harvest. Obviously, once that's harvested, that's going to need mulching as well. We've got the cultivated field over here that we picked the stones out of a couple of episodes ago. That's obviously ready to be drilled. So we've got so once the soybeans are out the ground, we will have, I think, 10 fields. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yes, 10 fields to get drilled, because we are now at the start of planting season for wheat, barley, canola and oats and linseed and rye. Field bean doesn't start till March next year, and soybeans and corn and sunflowers are April next year. So we may well leave 4 of those 10 fields empty to take a crop of corn, sunflowers, soybeans and field beans earlier next year. So I suppose that's taken a couple of jobs off me. But we also have the field of grass over by the spinnery is now at second growth stage and is ready to be cut. And the sheep over there, they've got food at the minute. They're on the last bale, so I think that job needs to take precedence. I feel we need to get that mown, rowed up. Also, sorry, the mower rows up for us, doesn't it? We get it picked up with a forage wagon and stuck in the silo over there as loose grass, so we can keep them fed. So I think that's what the first job of today's episode is going to be. Also, the new silage bunker down at the bottom of the hill there, that is 92% fermented, so that is not far away from being done. So once that is done, that's going to take a huge amount of time and work as well to get all that picked out of there, stuck in the trailer and ferried back into the BGA to get earning for us, because that's excellent. We're all right for total mixed ration at the minute in the feed mixer over here. Popping into the productions menu there, we have 107,141 litres and still ticking away relatively nicely, so that's going up and up and up. Obviously the clothes on the bread and all that, that's automatically selling for us. I'm sure I've been through this before, haven't I? 20,000 litres of seed, just under 60,000 litres of solid ferts, that's all good. Manure, slurry and silage ticking away nicely in the BGA. And we actually have another 100 and some, just over 100,000 litres of slurry in the tank here, in the pit. So we need to get that moved from here to there. So that's another job we've got to get done. So, feeling slightly overwhelmed, I suppose, but I've got plenty of time. We're at the beginning of September. We're at 3-day months, and we've got 3 months ahead, this month and the following 2 months to get stuff planted. So I suppose I can relax a bit. We've got plenty of time. But first and foremost, I feel, is get the sheep sorted over at the spinnery. So I think we'll be jumping in the John Deere for this one. The Massey will be following behind with the pickup wagon, and that's just here now, isn't it? So let's get this thing hitched up and we'll get everything over there and get cracking with the first job of the day. Right, here we are, getting started with the mowing. I'm not going to pop this one into a cinematic or anything, because it doesn't actually take too long, this job. I do find when it comes to doing that, I quite prefer having longer jobs to make cinematics out of, just because there's more chance of some half-decent footage to catch. So I'm going to crack on with this. We're going to get to, obviously I've got the Massey over there with the pickup wagon as well, ready and waiting. So we'll get this mowing done. We'll get it all picked up, popped into the silo. The sheep are still completely full, as there's a bale still sat in front of the trough there, so that's just keeping them topped up. I think there's about 1,700 litres of that bale left, so they're not going to need anything for a little while yet, but it won't be long before they do, and that's why we need to get this grass done. So I'll pick you all up ASAP when the job's done. Right, job done. There we go. Grass field mown. And we have yielded from that field 141,796 litres of grass. And that's all stowed away in the silo here. Now that equates to just over 12 full troughs of grass for this sheep barn. So, thinking about it, and thinking about the speed that the grass will regrow at, I'm almost certain now that once this is up for its next cut, we're not going to have run out of here. So I'm hoping, as long as I keep on top of all this, which I'm going to, we will have now a constant supply of food for these sheep. So, very happy with that. And there's that bug again. Here's one for you. Does anyone know what causes this? Does anyone else have this weird glitch thing where you get out? Because, you know, I'm in the vehicle, we get out of it, I'm still there. Anyway, not that it matters, it's no big game-breaking thing, but I've experienced it now for quite a while across several save games, so I don't know what it is that causes it. It's obviously a mod of some description, isn't it? But as for what it is, I have no idea. Anyway, right. Let's get ourselves back over to the farm. Now, I think the next job on the list... In fact, you know what? Take me home, auto drive. The next job on the list will be the harvesting of the soybeans. I think that's going to be, the next thing to do. So if we'll get this field harvested and this tiny little patch of sin there, and then that will leave all of the fields ready to be mulched. So I think that's what I'll do after that, is go on a mass mulching essentially, and that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fields to mulch and get everything ready to be drilled again. So we'll get back over to the farm, we'll hitch up some equipment, and I'll see you in a few moments. Right, all equipment where it needs to be. Let's go for the last harvest of the year, shall we? I think I'll give myself enough room to get this thing attached. There we go. Yeah, plenty. Plenty. Let's get the PTO on. There we go. So, you know the score. Jumping this one into a cinematic. So I'll see you when it's done. Right, job done. There we are. Just over 17,000 litres for that whole field. And there's the auto drive driver there pulling up alongside. I'll take the whole thing into that trailer, get it all over into the silo. So that's this year's harvest complete. So now all that's left, I say, is a huge amount of mulching. So we're going to get all the kit back to the farm, get everything tidied away. This harvest is going to be going away for a good few months now. We'll get cracking on with the next job. Right, so before we crack on with the mulching, I figured I'm going to get all this slurry, 100-odd thousand litres of the stuff transferred over from the tank into the BGA to carry on with the earnings. Now, regarding the earnings, the clock, as you can see, we're just gone 6 minutes past 1. We earned, on the hour, £4,142, which is absolutely brilliant. It really is. I'm really happy with that. £4 an hour. Can't complain at that. So, I have just checked as well, the bunker just down the hill there, that is at 95% fermented. So, the way I think I might crack on with things now is we'll get this slurry transferred over into here. I'm going to make a start on the mulching, and we're probably going to start in field 57 in front of us there. It's quite a big one, so we'll get that one cracked on with. And by the time that is finished, I'm hoping that the bunker will be fermented so that we can make a start on that and get all that transferred over. So, this will take me a few minutes. Let's have a look at where we're up to now, actually. Down to the animals, down to the cow, no, up to the cows. So much scrolling. 52,000, yeah, so we're only a couple of trailers away from being done. So, I'll pick you back up ASAP. Sorted, all done. So now let's switch tractors. We'll jump in the trusty deer. Crack on with a bit of mulching. Here we are, field 57. So, let's get this one mulched, and hopefully, by then, as I said before, that bunker should be almost ready to go. And if it isn't, we might just fast forward a few minutes just to get it ready. And then we can load it up into the BGA. So, time for another cinematic. I shall see you ASAP. All done, all mulched. Looks brilliant now. Weeds be gone and all that. So, 1 down, 8 to go, I think it is. And I have just been down there and just very quickly again checked on the fermenting status of the bunker, and it's at 96% now. So, with that in mind, I am very keen to see exactly how we get on with the digestate that we've got going in the BGA. Now, several episodes ago, one of you wonderful people, forgive me, I can't remember who it was right now, did inform me that digestate goes, and I think their words were, much, much further than the likes of the slurry and stuff. So, I'm very keen to see how far that goes, but there is an element of confusion. Now, if I go to the field calculator mod there, as you'll see, it says manure, it gives the same value basically. In the field we're in, 57, it says this field will take pretty exactly the same amount of digestate, slurry and manure. Now, again, I think, I hope I'm not wrong in saying, but I think this field calculator mod doesn't take into consideration precision farming, I think. So, and it's pretty much the same for all the fields, isn't it? The manure, slurry and digestate amounts are all exactly the same. So I am very keen to see how far this digestate goes. So, that's what we're going to do. So we'll get this thing unhooked from the mulcher. We'll hook up the slurry tank. And we'll see what we can do with that. Now I'm going to get this done off camera. So I'll pick you back up in a wee while's time when we've made a dent in what digestate we've got in the BGA. And we'll see how far it goes. Right, just finishing off the last headland here with the slurry tank. Now we're on our 4th tank, which if we were to use everything up, that would come to 72,000 litres, and the field calculator tells us that this field would take 65,753.28 if we're going to be particularly precise. But we've still got 66% left in it, 65. So when we get to the end here, we shall calculate what we've got left and find out exactly what we've used and see how accurate this field calculator mod is, for one. But either way, regardless of whether it's accurate or not, or whether it goes much further than liquid fertilizer or not, it's still something that we need to do, because we earn from the slurry that we put into the BGA. We get the digestate back. There we go, all done. 54% left, 9,837 litres. So right, give me a few minutes. Let me just calculate exactly what we've used, and I'll see you in a second. Right, okay, basic mathematics done. Paracetamol taken to subdue the headache as a result of basic mathematics. The field has taken 62,163 litres of digestate, so it is slightly less than what the menu said. There you go, 65,753, so there's a couple of thousand less. So, I mean, it's by the by. I'm just doing this for my own interest, I suppose, just seeing how accurate that field calculator mod is. And I'm assuming that reduction in intake of digestate on the fields is a result of the precision farming, because of the different soil types. Now that obviously because the slurry tanker, digestate tanker, applies to the soil yield, not to the crop that's in the field. So yeah, I suppose that's just where the discrepancy lies. So anyway, right, that's that done anyway. We've got a field almost sorted. I know obviously we're going to need to top up with some fertiliser in the future, depending on what crop we put into that field. And we have our own fertiliser that's been produced over there in the fertiliser production shop system mod thing that we've got down there. So, what's next? Well, the bunker is still fermenting. It's still at... In fact, let's just go and check it, actually. Let's go and have a quick jog down there, ladies. Oh, and another thing, I placed down a different bunker as well, different manure bunker. I know this is, I think this is like the 2nd or 3rd time I've done that. It's still got a capacity of 4 million litres. It was only a couple of grand. It was part of a Bavarian farm pack that I've got installed. But I just think it just works a bit better visually. It's physically smaller, so it kind of sits in this little area slightly better. And I do hope that not that it matters again, but the fill plane, I think that might work better as well. We shall see when it gets full. Although we'll probably it'll never get a chance to get full, because we're going to be emptying it regularly and tipping it into the BGA. But yeah, let's go see where we're at with this now. It was 96% when I started the spreading of the digestate, and it's still at 96%. So what are we on? It's 10 to 3 in the afternoon. By the time this has got to 100%, it's probably going to be a bit too dark to be doing anything. So what I think we shall do is... oh, I don't know what to do, actually, to be honest. I think it would be wise of me, as much as I am in a bit of an excited hurry to get that silage out of there and into the BGA, I think it would be wise of me to take advantage of the couple of hours a day like we've got left in here on today. So, off camera, I think I'm going to go and do a bit more mulching, because I know you guys have seen enough of that so far today. We've done one job. So I'm going to hook up the John Deere, get 1 or 2 more fields mulched of the 8 that we've got left to do, and I'll pick you back up before we call it an evening and crack on and go to bed, and we'll start again tomorrow. Well, spot and night mulching never went amiss, eh? All done. Let's get this thing folded up. Yeah, it's a little bit later than I'd planned. I have actually now done 3 fields. We've done this one that I'm just leaving now. We've done this one, and obviously what was the cornfield up to the left up there. So 3 done. I think we've got 6 left to go, I think. Let's just remind myself very quickly. Bum, 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 bum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, okay. So, and that will commence ASAP. Now, it's a bit late. Like I said, it's a bit later than I planned. It's just after 8 o'clock now. I got those 3 done, and I had to step away from the computer for a bit, and I forgot to press pause. So we've passed forward a couple more hours than I'd initially planned. But we have now, in those hours that have passed, we've made from the BGA just over £26,000, which is excellent. But also during that time, I've as I always do when I'm doing field work and just in a world of my own, I've been having a bit of a ponder about what's going on the farm, what we've got tool-wise, whether we need stuff or not. And let's just turn that off there so I'm not talking over the engine. The particular mod I'm referring to is the Keenan feed mixer. I kind of don't really need it anymore, with us having the Total Mix Ration mixer machine down on the field over there. It kind of it's a bit surplus to requirements now. I do still... the only thing I did technically need it for was the breaking down of the straw, because the cow barn here doesn't take straw from the bale, it only takes loose straw. And up to now, I've had the straw harvest pack enabled, even though I haven't been taking advantage of anything that the straw harvest pack has to offer. I had downloaded it obviously when it came out and I'd activated it, but what that was doing was every time I dropped straw bales into this to be churned up into loose straw, it was turning it into straw pellets, and the cow barn noticed the discrepancy in that. So if I had filled the cow barn here with straw pellets, and say for example it was 50% full of straw pellets, and then bought some loose straw to the barn to fill up the cows, it wouldn't take it. It would only take one or the other. So with that in mind, I've disabled the straw harvest pack mod, because as I said before, I'm not taking advantage of any aspect of it. And over here in the shed here, we have 525,000 litres of straw packed up into bales. So what my thought process is, again, to streamline the whole task of maintaining the cows, feed and straw, etc. Essentially, all I need to do is break down all those bales into loose straw using this. What I'm going to do, because at the minute this is worth £28,000. If I take it to the shop, obviously it's going to be nearer to 30. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place down another one of those multi-fruit silos, the little one that I've placed over at the over by the spinnery at the sheep barn over there. It's £8,000, and I think it's going to sit relatively nicely here next to this kind of artificial manure bunker thing. So yeah, I'm going to place that down here purely for the job of holding straw, so that I can essentially, going forward into the future, every time we harvest and we get straw in the field, I'll be using the pickup wagon to pick up the straw and just tip it as loose into what will be the new silo. And then I can transfer from there using the trailer into the feed mixer machine over there if I need to. I can use it to top up the cows here just with the loose straw, and I think it will make the whole task of doing that considerably more straightforward and less time consuming, essentially, because this thing, it's a great mod. I love it. It's obviously very realistic, and this is the version that does take much longer. It's like the realistic time thing on it, I suppose you can call it that. So it does take a good few minutes to churn up a mix of total mix ration or break down straw bales, etc. But yeah, there's no point having almost 30 grand's worth of kit sat around that I don't really need to use anymore. So I've spent a few minutes just taking stock of that, and so yeah, I think we'll repair it if it needs repairing when we take it down to the shop tomorrow. We may as well get 20 grand for it. Although what I need to do first, I need to use it. I need to essentially place down the silo tomorrow morning when there's a bit of light. Use this to break down all the bales that we've got there, because that silo the silo, when I have tested this, doesn't take from a straw bale either. So I need to break down all those straw bales into loose straw using this, tip from here into the new silo, and then we can sell this. That's the idea. And the silage bunker has completely fermented now as well, so that's going to be one of the first tasks of the day tomorrow as well. Get that thing into the BGA. So anyway, that was a long waffle, wasn't it? So I'm going to crack on, go to bed, wake up in the morning, and I'll see you there. Morning all. Right. Got to hit the ground running today. Got a lot to do. And these guys look like they haven't got any straw. Let's have a quick look. 4,700 litres. Right, okay, so they need topping up almost immediately. So what I think I'm going to do, we're going to place this silo down. So let's pop into the construction menu. Silos. Yeah, this one again there. So it's got 1 million litres capacity. And I think it should... Hopefully it's not going to muck around too much with the landscaping, but there may well be a little bit of that to do. Now that does annoy me, that you see the fake manure bunker thing there. It doesn't sit quite straight, does it? I can align the edge of this thing up with the slurry tanker, but that thing's all squinted, isn't it? But anyway, right, so 8171, and if I bring that, hopefully it's not going to affect the field directly behind it. 321. There we go. Right, okay. That's not so bad. That's not so bad at all. Oh, it has. It's done a little bit of looking around with the land, hasn't it? So let's smooth that off. Hopefully. Increase the strength. There we go. That's better. Yeah, it has given a bit of a bump there, hasn't it? But that's fine. That can be sorted. That can be sorted. There we go. That's about right. Okay, so... I think I might just tidy that up a little bit. It's not too bad, is it? That's all right. Form over function, I suppose, and it's not sticking out too far. It won't get in the way of the lane here. So, right. So I'm going to tidy this up, paint the ground, and get that all sorted. And then I will spend what is probably going to be a good few minutes breaking down the loose bales into the feed mixer and tipping that and feeding from the feed mixer into here. And then we'll take that down to the shop, get rid of it, and that'll be that. And then we'll crack on with the BGA silage transfer. So, see you shortly. Okay, almost done. I have just stuck a few into the feed mixer here, just to keep this thing topped up. So we're now at 176,000 litres of straw in here. The rest of them, what's left of them, is currently just sat in the other feed mixer, the mobile feed mixer, the Keenan, over at the new straw silo. We'll just take a run around there now, see where that's up to, and show you what quantity we've got in that silo. So essentially I've just parked up the Massey with the feed mixer running. Yes, please forgive my my bale stacking in that machine there. But yeah, as you can see, the last of it is going in here. I'll bring up the menus. There we are, 415,000, 416,000 and counting. So that'll keep, hopefully, the cows topped up for bedding and for food for a little while anyway. So, this will take a few more minutes. On another cool feature about this silo, it's got its own light. How cool is that? I didn't notice that before. It's the little things, isn't it? Anyway, right. We'll get this one finished off, and in fact what I might actually do very quickly while we're waiting for that to finish. Cows need mucking out very quickly. Again, the added benefit of having the big capacity bucket is I can do that in one scoop, so I shall do that right away. Get that tipped into the BGA. There's my bucket. Okay, so drop that off. Net that up. There we go. But yeah, it has made the job of mucking out very, very straightforward. Excuse me, ladies. Right, let's that down to about there. Watch out. Cow slalom. Oh. There we go. Job done. Simples. So it wasn't quite full, 7,270 litres, right, okay. Looks like all those bales are broken down now, and it's just what's left in the feed mixer there, tipping in, so we'll get back to that in a few seconds' time. Let's just get this over to the BGA. There we go. Jobbed. Excellent stuff. Right, so now all that straw has been safely stowed away in the new silo. It kind of looks alright, don't you think? It's not too imposing, it's not too big. I'm quite happy with it, to be honest. Right. There we go. What have we got straw-wise in here? Are you done? You're done. Right, excellent. So close that cover, turn that off, because that has been running solidly for about 45 minutes, I think. Right. Let's go get some money back for this beauty, shall we? Get it down to the shop. We'll repair it if it needs repairing. We may as well, as I say, may as well have the money sat in the bank instead of machinery sat around doing nothing. Because we're definitely not going to need this anymore. So I'll see you down at the shop in a few moments' time. Right, disconnected. Let's see what we can get for this, shall we? So, there we are. Boom. Repair for £5. Is that all it's taken? There you go. 30,707. Yes, please. Lovely stuff. And for once, I'm not coming back with anything new. There we are. £470,000. Now, aside from the quite a long time ago now, when I did that mass collectible collecting, I can't remember the last time I had such a bank balance, a legitimately earned bank balance anyway. So, back to the farm, and we'll crack on. Right, well, before we crack on with the emptying of the BGA, let's get ourselves a trailer load of our newly mixed TMR from our new machine. Top up the cows just with a little bit. Oh, now looking at the manure bunker there, I am actually quite chuffed with the way this one's turned out as well. I think the fill plane in this one seems to be a little bit better, a little bit neater. 14,500 litres in there. Again, like all the other ones, it does have a capacity of 4 million, so hopefully this will just... I think this plane will get a little bit bigger, but fingers crossed it stays relatively within the boundaries of that bunker anyway. But either way, it's all good. There we go. 100%. Okay. So let's get this over to the cows, and then what I am going to do, just spend a couple of minutes, because I'm going to be, when it comes to the emptying of this BGA, I'm going to be running the JCB with the big bucket, and I'm going to be running the tractor and the trailer on an auto drive course, just going back and to the BGA, emptying it. So that's the plan anyway. There we go. And where's the fill trigger for these? There it is, right. But yeah, how much easier is that? Mucking around, wasting time, spending time with the feed mixer, manually putting in bales and stuff. It's yeah, that's a whole lot easier. So where are the cows at now? Okay, so they've got right 60,000 litres of TMR. That'll do for now. That gives me enough time ahead of me to get cracking with this BGA. So let's. In fact, I'm going to need to keep this trailer on, aren't I? Right. I'm going to get this little bit of an auto drive course set up down at the new bunker. And I'll see you down there in a few moments' time. Right, let's do this. So, I've got the auto drive course set up. Driver is waiting there, as he should be, with the trailer. So let's pop out of here. Just bring up the heads-up display so we can see what numbers we're looking at now. Open silo. Boom. Oh, right, okay. 673,698 litres. Wow. Oh, I've opened the whole thing. Right, okay. Well, that doesn't matter. Okay, this is going to take a considerable amount of time, even with a 25,000 litre bucket. Right, so, I'll show you how this will be working. Should be relatively straightforward, of course, but let's do this from outside, shall we? So, I should just pull up here. Get myself a good bucket load. Now, because this actual bucket has got a bigger capacity than the trailer, once you're full up, there you go. Excellent stuff. Should be more than enough room there. Let's just run with him, shall we, and just check this is working. But yeah, this is how I had in mind for doing this. He's going to trundle up here. Has to be mindful that the telehandler's actually in the way of his next journey down there. So all being well. Now I will keep a little bit aside of the bunker here to get into the feed mixer as well. We'll get that topped up with a few bucket loads as well. But all being well. There you go. He should. I think I've got the course set right, but he should just hang a left down here in a second. Or his left anyway. Come on, don't let me down. Yep. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Oh, whoops. Didn't do that one very well, did I? Come on. There we go. Yeah, this is going to take quite a while. I'm sure you can appreciate that. I won't bore you to tears with all that. So we'll crack on with this. Let's have a look at the time. What is it? It's 20 past 8 in the morning. So let's log that in memory. We'll see where we're up to when we finish it. Eh? So, see you in a wee while. Well, slightly anticlimactically, I've got 51,047 litres of silage that is ungettable, unreachable, stuck, solidified, whatever you want to call it. I can't get at it. I've been trying for quite a while now. I have just come in and out of the game just to see if that did anything. I very quickly just purchased another base game bucket, attached that to this thing. Didn't do anything, so I just quit out the game, so that didn't save. But yeah, So that's a bit rubbish, but I'm damned if I'm losing out on 50-odd thousand litres of silage. So let's turn you off. Let's get in here because we've got a very small amount left in here. We'll get this over to the BG8. Now I have done a handful of buckets over to the feed mixer as well, just topped up a little bit more of silage into there. But yeah, I'm not losing out on 50,000 litres worth of silage. So let's tip that into here. Now what I am going to do, I am just going to essentially easy dev that 50,000 into this trailer. I have just done some basic mathematics, so I've got 2 full trailers worth. So if we go to here, boom, 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 boom. Silage, sorry, not total mix ration. Silage, 20,000. Yep, empty that one. And we'll do one more trailer and then 10,107 litres. And that will equate to the missing 51,000. So there's that. And then one more. And then I'll just have to landscape that one out of the that lot out of the bunker there. So we can now go to set 10,107 litres. There we go. And that tipped in there. Excellent. Right. So now we've righted that little mistake, or that little error, so to speak. The next thing on my mind is I need to consider getting those bunkers filled back up again ASAP, both of them. And the best and most efficient way I can think of doing that is to turn this field to grass. Also, you can run the seeder, get the grass planted, wait for its growth, get it mowed, picked up with a forage pickup trailer, and get the first cut from here put into one of the bunkers, then run the levelling board, or the equivalent grass, it's the equivalent to a grass roller, I think. Run that across the field again, get the second growth promoted ASAP, run lime, run fertilizer, whatever, and get the yield back up to scratch, and get the second growth out as soon as possible, and then get that into the second bunker. So that's the idea. I think that could be a sensible option, I feel. So anyway, there we are. We're almost at half a million pounds. So I'm really, really pleased with that. I really am. This farm is coming along very, very well now. I'm very pleased with the progress that we're making on here. So anyway, I think I am going to call it here for the episode, ladies and gentlemen. Let's turn that tractor off. We've had a busy one today. We really have. We've done a lot. We've got a bit of harvesting done. We've got some mulching done. We've got quite a bit done, haven't we? We've got a new silo as well. Straw silo specific too. So, right. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I really do hope you've enjoyed the video and found it even remotely fun and interesting. As always, if you're new to the channel, you like my content, you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and joining the channel. Giving the video a like if you can. That does do wonders for the channel. It helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing. And as always, there are a host of links in the video description below with my Giants Partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for a DLC, an add-on, a season pass, or even the full game itself, and you like the idea of helping a content creator out at the same time, I would be massively appreciative. So take care, everyone. Thanks for your time watching the video. I'll see you in the next episode.